What's up, guys? This is Ninja, and of course, again, no script, no preparation, no nothing. I'm just dude in front of his camera recording. I did write some stuff because I watched the video and I wanted to mention it. Um, I'll go ahead and pull up this video real quick so you can see it. So, Little Richard says he isn't gay anymore. That's kind of weird that they titled it that way because that was such a small fragment. Like I watched the whole thing, which is rare. Like the thing is, they don't make TV like they used to, right? Like this was actually good. I actually took a lot from this. It's kind of rare because today that doesn't exist anymore. I watch them like I'm fucking bored. Get out of here, get out of here. Because they're fake, they're artificial, they're synthetic, they're bullshit. Whereas Little Richard, he was something else. He actually promoted growth. You know what I'm saying? He was a star. He was a star. Okay. Other people today, they fake it and it's not real. It's all synthetic, it's artificial bullshit. But anyways, so it's Little Richard says he is gaining more by Letterman. Two years ago, 2.5 million views. So put that play. Just so you could watch something while I read. And so he called himself the architect of rock. Okay. Now the thing was, uh, rock. We all know a lot of names, but did you know most of those names that you know came from Little Richard? He worked with all of the names that we grew up with. For example, Jimi Hendrix. He worked with Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was Little Richard's guitarist. You didn't know that. He influenced Kiss, Billy Preston, James Brown, right? Otis Redding, the Beatles, Mick Jagger. Like, those are all names of people he influenced. All of these people stem from. Oh, so all of this, not all of these people, all of this. Sorry, that was a typo or typo in my head. I misread that. All of what Little Richard is stemmed from the greed that was around him, the preachers and the pastors and whatnot. And I know that race. He said racism was a thing, so I'm assuming that those preachers and pastors were white people and how they take advantage of the world. Like that's how it is today. Most churches and whatnot, they have airplanes, they have boats and shit. Like if they were actually good people, they would be helping with communities. They would help the rich or the sick and the poor and the needy. But they're buying boats and shit. Like what are you doing? Like we need help, and you're not helping. Like what the fuck? We're donating to a cause, and what are you doing? You're flying around on a fucking yacht, fucking their daughters and shit. Like what the hell are you doing? And no one's fucking. And again, I wasn't alive at the time to call this shit out, and I was sick a good 20 years, and I gone through a lot of bullshit. So I got left out of the circle for a while. I think I would have died, or the world would be different, one way or another. I would have influenced the world to change, or I would be dead right now because of the fact that I push so much, I make so much noise, people don't like it. So as the preacher pastors want white people, blah blah blah, racism is all part of the show. And he grew as a nation, as a society, we grew as people, uh, oops, as a people, it showed how we wanted to change because we were free. we were able to change because we were free. He was able to do what he wanted to do because fortunately slavery was bad, but he was like one of the first to get out that had a voice and he used it basically. And so we're seeing a lot of like if racism existed and back then was just as corrupt as it was back then, we wouldn't have had these things today. Think about it. If Little Richard was a slave and he was killed off, we wouldn't have the greatness that we have. If you can find it, if you contained it, and this is why freedom is so important and why people need to be free. There's so many things we could have that we don't know that we should have, but we're rigging the system to benefit those who are in charge so they stay in charge. So that really highlights the issue with me that I see. That is that people are trying to capitalize and gain and game the system to control it, where you can only rise, but you have to rise with me as the pilot kind of deal. And you gotta sell Little Richard and sell out. Little Richard would never had existed if we had to go through all the sources. If Little Richard was alive today, he wouldn't have blown up like he did back then, right? Because the game is so rigged today that it's impossible to grow. Today it's impossible to grow. Was my point from back then, right? That's how it is today, right now. It's so rigged. Like they don't want my message to get out. They don't want like Bernie Sanders. He can fill a stadium, but he can't fill a chat room. Same thing with me, and it's because of them people. Our society sucks, right? That's my point, I guess. Little Richard started all that only because he was free and free enough to do what he did. Imagine if he wasn't free. Imagine if he was a slave. Imagine if he had to operate through so and so, if they didn't allow him to be the greatness that he could be. Imagine if his father killed him because he was gay, right? Blah blah blah. If when he was gay he was killed, and later he came out to be straight, and then but he was killed off when he was a kid, when he was younger back when he was gay. He's straight now. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of his life, he became straight. So, anyways, well, supposedly, um, they want us to exist, but only on a leash. And if we are not on a leash, then they want us to not exist at all because it is not them. And that's the kind of world we live in today. Right. That's the world we live in today. That's what I wanted to point out and make a video about. So, thank you, Little Richard, for what you have done for the world. Like,
All I'm asking from you.
there's a song. What was it? With I forgot what it was, but it's like turn turn the lights down low. I ain't got nowhere to go, or something. But the way this song goes, it reminds me of a lot of the songs that they make in the South, basically. Like a lot of those songs from back then sound very similar to this one. I can't play too much of it because they're fucking bullshit. But yeah, if you listen to it, Little Richard says he's gaining more. Letterman, find it 10:56 and just start listening to it. Um, it sounds a lot like most of the fucking cowboy music today, and that just kind of shows you they were slavery people, and then they took all of the best that you had and tried to make it theirs. Anyways. That's it. That's all I want to point out. So thank you for watching. Take it easy. Keep it easy. Be well. Be happy. Be safe. Be awesome. Be loved. Share the love. Share the love. Spread the love. Share the wealth. Don't pull ladders. Let them hang stairways and all that shit. So, anyways, be well. Be safe. Don't let the door hit you or the Lord split you. And peace.